So basically where it all started was on December the 9th when I was sitting at lunch with some clients and just sharing lunch, no different to any other day, sort of sitting around having a chat, having a beer, and I started coughing in my hand, and it was sort of felt like a very strange kind of cough that I hadn't felt before. And I looked at my hand, and my hand was kind of covered in blood because I covered my mouth, and I put my hand away and it was covered in blood, and I was like, oh shit, this isn't right. Something's not good here. So I legged it off to the bathroom, and as soon as I got to the bathroom, I kept coughing, and more blood and tissue was coming out. Like, sort of, don't know whether it was tissue, more of a sort of coagulated shit. Don't need that detail. And so, like, I was in the bathroom coughing this stuff up, and then I realised, obviously, something's not right. You don't do this on an average Wednesday. And I called an ambulance, and I got an ambulance to come and pick me up, and they brought me to the hospital, put me straight in for an x-ray, found that I had a big hole in my right lung, about the size of an Aussie 50-cent coin. I don't know if that's not going to help your audience, but about that size in my right lung. And sort of then they put me straight in for tests for TB. I suppose to rewind, before I actually came down with the TB going active, it's more likely it started obviously in my travel history in one of the countries that I've travelled to previously from the third world. So I mean, I firstly thought it was probably picked up from South America. I spent some time in South America in October last year. But it's now sort of, given the strain that I've got and given the way that it's all sort of panned out, it's more likely that I picked this up when I was living in South Africa 4 years ago, and that the TB had actually been in dormancy, only sort of becoming active on my trip in South America through probably a local lung infection of some kind, and then doing its damage late last year. So basically from the 9th of December, I was diagnosed with, or held at hospital, and on the 11th diagnosed with tuberculosis.
Six weeks ago, I went to South America. I didn't know it was a TB area. Started when I flew to Argentina. I just said Argentina, that made my rhyming easier. From there I went to beautiful Brazil, where the nights are wild and the days were unreal. I'm getting my groove, I'm in the holiday feel. But how was I to know that my fate was sealed? I'm not sick in the sense of being sick, but I'm sick in the sense of being sick. I ain't sick in the way that some things are sick, but I'm sick, and I mean physically sick. I'm not sick in the sense of being sick, but I'm sick in the sense of being sick. I ain't sick in the way that a car might be sick, but I'm sick, and I mean actually sick. Now I'd been back for a few weeks or so, then I'm sitting at lunch and my lung, it explodes. Out comes some blood and tissue and shit, so out comes a phone dialing 000. I get to the hospital, I'm starting to wig. What's happening, doc? I'm coughing blood and shit. He holds up an x-ray and gives it a flick. He's like,
there's a hole in your lung, it's about this big.
I'm not sick in the sense of being sick, but I'm sick in the sense of being sick. I ain't sick in the way that some things are sick, but I'm sick, and I mean physically sick. I'm not sick in the sense of being sick, but I'm sick in the sense of being sick. I ain't sick in a way that a car might be sick, but I'm sick, and I mean actually sick. As in, like, the nurses have to check my blood pressure every couple of hours and stuff, as well as my temperature, because it's important to monitor my health. So now I'm sitting and waiting in a hospital bed for someone to tell me that in a week I'll be dead. I keep on thinking about what the doctor just said. So there's a hole in my lung, what if it spreads to my head? Then I get told what it is.
Tuberculosis.
Who would expect this unexpected diagnosis? I should have got my shots, but how was I to know this? 3 weeks off work, you think the boss will notice? I'm not sick in the sense of being sick, but I'm sick in the sense of being sick. I ain't sick in the way that some things are sick, but I'm sick, I mean physically sick. I'm not sick in the sense of being sick, but I'm sick in the sense of being sick. I ain't sick in the way that a boat might be sick, but I'm sick and I mean actually sick. As in, like, I'm on 4 different antibiotics to fight the virus that's finally attacking my lungs and stuff. That's it. I've been here for a week and this is the score. Been 1 whole week and it'll be 2 more. Quarantine is one hell of a bore. That's why I'm doing stuff like this when my lungs are so sore. Forgot what life's like outside of this balloon, but I gotta be positive, I'll be out kinda soon. Think of me when you look up at the moon, and thanks for listening to my sick rap tune. I'm not sick in the sense of being sick, but I'm sick in the sense of being sick. I ain't sick in the way that some things are kinda sick, but I'm sick and I mean physically sick. I'm not sick in the sense of being sick, but I'm sick in the sense of being sick. I ain't sick in the way that a night out might be sick, but I'm sick and I mean actually sick. Like, sick as in I'm gonna need ongoing treatment probably for many months, and I'll need to maintain a healthy lifestyle as well. Miranda Kerr, sick. That Joseph Fritzl guy who kept his family in a dungeon, sick. Air guitars, sick. And me? Yeah, well, I'm actually properly sick. Sick.
Prior to coming in here, I'd never made a rap song in my life, and I'd never edited or filmed any type of video thing before. I just sort of bought this MacBook one week before I came in here and managed to sort of play around when I was in here with all the time in the world on my hands to play around with a couple of programs, and that sort of, you can see like each of the videos. My first video is so cruddy, and the next one was like tiny little bit better, and they're still extremely cruddy. Heaps of people go, you don't look that sick, like you're dancing around and jumping around in there. Like I've got a 1 week period where 90% of my time will be laying horizontal on this bed, and then around getting drips, giving pills, trying to stay fit on the exercise bike and do sit-ups and whatever else that I can to try and keep my body active. I just sort of use that extra time that I've got to make these videos and muck around. So I think each one of the latest rap songs I did probably had about 20 hours of work in them, and that's including writing the lyrics, recording the song, like laying down the little different parts, filming myself doing, like the filming, the reason they are so like random and stuff is because I literally, the first thing that comes to my head, I'll just go, yeah, I'll do that, and film it. Yeah, I'll do that and film it. And I'm so limited in what I can do because everything's got to be within this room.
Last time we caught up, I told the world about how I got sick. Well, now, my friends, I'm back again, and I'm fully sick. They let me out of hospital because they thought I was better again. But that created a monster. I got even sicker than I was back then. Heaps sick. So all up now, I've spent 7 weeks locked up here in this room, sitting here and pondering my own impending doom. I'd like to think that nothing's changed and that mentally I'm okay, but doctors keep on telling me that I'm acting kinda strange. Quarantine could make you crazy, but that hasn't happened to me. I wish that I could say that for Phone Face and Deputy D. Hello. Quarantine could drive you insane, but that hasn't got me yet. Unfortunately, I can't say the same for my mate Mr. Balloonhead. Hey, yeah? Get well soon. Okay. Meow. So now that I've had more time on my hands, my production has improved. Like if I really wanted it to, then this esky could be removed. And in its place I could easily make some other shit appear. Like tuna, teabags, 2-minute curry, and even ginger beer. If I want to make something sound heaps cool, then all I do is yeah. And if I want a mad guitar lick, then I just insert it there.
I'd like a harmony, then all I do is sing and re-record my own voice and just drop myself in. Boom, boom, boom. Quarantine could make you mental cause you can't get out of this place. I'm not mental but I think he is Mr. Glove with an ass for a face. Quarantine could do your head in cause they don't let you go out there. I'm okay but I don't know about her, Miss Water Jug with teabag hair. Hello there. To help me with my time, this time they gave me an exercise bike. But I used it to freak the nurses out and make my heart rate spike. Some friends of mine got me this to help me get well soon. Thanks for that, yeah, that's heaps good. Yeah, thanks for that balloon. Now they've got me on 6 different drugs with assorted side effects, but none that I know of yet. They also put a tube in my arm so the drugs can go in here. But it doesn't work so well when I stick it in my ear. Uh-oh. Quarantine could make you lonely, but that hasn't happened to me. Thank God I've got my good friends, the Habiana family. Hola, sí. Quarantine could be intense and make you lose your marbles. But luckily I've been teaching myself the long lost language of garbles. Gobbledy gobbledy gobble. Gobble. Sometimes when I want to kill some time while I'm here in quarantine, I like to get way medicated and dress up as Wolverine. Killing time. And a couple of times I've had the urge to take it one step further
by rearranging my quarantine room as a fully sick Darth Vader. I know, it's actually a stormtrooper helmet. But it's the best I could do in here. What about this? No, that's a transformer. Oh well.
Did you know that my bed in here can mechanically elevate? And I suppose it is a nice private place to repetitively masticate. It means chew. I'm still here another month or so I'll have to mix it up. You know, find some new ways to chew my food. Wait, one man, one cup? Sick. Quarantine could make you crazy, mental and insane. But luckily I have all these friends to help me distract my brain. Quarantine will never ever get the better of me, because it was many years ago that I accepted insanity. This is me with a bin for an arm. This is me with a bin for a leg. This is me with a bin for a body. This is me with a bin for a head. This is me with a bin for an arm. This is me with a bin for a leg. This is me with a bin for a body.
This is me with a transformer head.
I've got my friends and my family here, but I've been getting letters from people that have got TB on the other side of the world, and just hearing notes from people that are like, "Hi, get well soon," and like, you know, this balloon and that, like, you know, wishing you all the best, and hi from the Netherlands, and hey from Canada, and hey from, it's so nice. Like, to know that all these people are taking, whether it's a couple of seconds to write a message or whether it's sending a note, it's really lovely that people take the time to say g'day. And that's why I've been trying to, when I can, write back to every single person and just say thank you, you know, cheers for writing, cheers for getting in touch with me, like, because it's genuinely such a nice thing. And that's something, I'm sure that's what God helped us make the internet for, or, you know, why the internet is here, is for things like that, because when you're so lonely and like in such a place on your own, you can be around so many people, or be supported by so many people. It's really cool.